we are going to analyze. So a normal beam you have to analyze, then beam with sinking of support, and there may be a overhanging beam also. Okay, so what will be the changes in such type of the problem that we will see, but the remaining process will be same as it is, which we have done in the first problem. So this is the second problem. Here you have to analyze the beam given in the figure, and the value of EI here it is 1000 kilonewton. 1000 is given. Sometimes EI is constant, so in that case you have to keep EI as constant value, and here EI is 1000. Okay, and I is same for both the members. So this beam you can see, this is a overhanging beam. Okay, so how to solve this problem, that we will see. So first of all, you have to find out the degree of freedom of this given structure. Okay, you can see this 20 kilonewton load, it is acting at free node, at free joint. Okay, you can give that as joint D also. Okay, and from C it is acting 2 meter. So if the first step, if you are finding out the degree of freedom for the given problem, so what will be the degree of freedom of this given structure? What will be the degree of freedom? Any one of you? Tell me the degree of freedom.
Three.
Any other answer? कहाँ कहाँ पे पॉसिबल हो रहा है डिस्प्लेसमेंट?
ABC.
ABC. And this 20 kilonewton load is acting at free node. That is a free node. You can consider as joint D. Okay. This. So what about the degree of freedom in this case? We are finding out the degree of freedom at the support as well as at the free joint. So you can see that this 20 kilonewton load is acting at this free joint D. So the possible degrees of freedom, here it at joint A in the rotational displacement, at joint B again in the rotation, and at joint C again in the rotational. What about point D? Is it possible displacement?
Create a moment of 48.
Uh, at point
Create a moment of
D,
40
this is a
kilonewton.
free node. And what is the degree of freedom in case of beam if there is a free node, if there is a no support? So in free node, what is the degree of freedom in case of beam? Degree of freedom in case of free node, it is 2. यहाँ पे दोनों डायरेक्शन में डिस्प्लेसमेंट पॉसिबल है. ओके, तो यहाँ पे ये फ्री नोड है, दोनों डायरेक्शन में डिस्प्लेसमेंट पॉसिबल है, यानी वाई डायरेक्शन में और जेड डायरेक्शन में. ट्रांसलेशन अलोंग वाई, रोटेशन अलोंग जेड. So if you count all the degrees of freedom, so what is the degree of freedom of this given structure? What is the degree of freedom of the given structure?
5.
5 हो जाएगा. Okay, 5 will be the degree of freedom in this case. Okay, which is not possible to analyze. Okay, and in this case we have to analyze the problem of beam up to the maximum 3 degree of freedom. Okay, so to reduce the degree of freedom, what we are doing, whatever this 20 kilonewton load is acting at free node, free joint, we are transferring this 20 kilonewton force to its far end C. Like in flexibility method, I have explained such type of the problem. Okay, we are transferring that overhanging load to its near end or far end. Okay, so how we are transferring this 20 kilonewton force to this end C, so that effect of this 20 kilonewton force will not be changed. उसका effect वही रहना चाहिए. Okay, so to reduce the degree of freedom, we are transferring this 20 kilonewton force to its far end C. Okay, and also in such type of the problem, if there is a overhanging portion, always we are reducing the degree of freedom of the structure and when transferring that force to its end C. So in the solution you can see this is a given problem, this is a given problem, this is first figure, this is a given problem. Okay, and you can see this is a overhanging portion. So what in the next figure I have done, I have just transfer this 20 kilonewton force to this joint C. So this one concept I told you in the flexibility method. So what is that concept called as? How we are going to transfer it to the joint C? Directly you cannot shift this 20 kilonewton force to this end C. So what is that concept called as? If you remember it, and I have taken this type of the problem also, that concept is called as equivalent force coupled system. Equivalent force coupled system. So again I will explain here. If suppose this 20 kilonewton force is acting at joint D and you have to shift this force to this joint C, what you have to do? You have to apply equal and opposite force to this joint C. If apply equal and opposite force, मतलब same magnitude रहेगा but in both the direction, so that effect of this will be same as this. Okay, because we have applied equal and opposite force. So resultant of this equal and opposite force is 0. So the effect of this will be same as the first figure. Okay, at the same time this 20 kilonewton force will get transferred to the joint C. Okay, so the new system which we got by applying this 20 kilonewton force which is acting at joint D, it will get shifted to the joint C. Okay, and at the same time this force 20 kilonewton force and this 20 kilonewton force is producing a couple moment. What is the distance between this? It is 2 meters given. So this will become a couple which will be developed at joint C. So this will be the clockwise couple hoga. Okay, this is a clockwise couple if you rotate it like this or if you rotate it like this. Okay, so P into D will use you the clockwise couple or moment at that joint C. So what is the moment of this? Moment of couple over product of one of the force into the perpendicular distance, and in which direction? Clockwise couple आएगा. So यहाँ पे system will get reduced to one force, single force and a couple. So what is the couple moment here? 20 into 2, that is 40 kilonewton meter. So in this way your 20 kilonewton force will get transferred at the joint C with a single force of 20 kilonewton and with a moment of 40 kilonewton meter at the joint C. Okay. Now, once you shifted this to the joint C, and whenever you have to shift any of the force to its nearest joint, it will get shifted to that force. Same direction रहती है, but along with the moment. Moment is 20 into 2, that is a clockwise, with the help of this concept. Okay. So here the new figure will be there after shifting of this force to the joint C. Okay. Now from this figure, okay, initially in the given figure, our degree of freedom was 5. So we have reduced that degree of freedom and we have shifted that force to the joint C. So effect of both these figures will be same. It will not get changed. Okay. Only the degree of freedom will get reduced. Okay. And that is our aim, to reduce the degree of freedom of your structure. Okay. So now you refer the second diagram, and now what will be the degree of freedom of your structure now? In the first figure, the degree of freedom was 5 because at free node there was 2 degree of freedom. But now in the second figure, the degree of freedom is only 3. Rotational displacement at A, theta A, rotational displacement at B, theta B, and rotational displacement at C, theta C. So in this way, the degree of freedom of your structure will get reduced. So degree of freedom is 3. Now this is a problem you have to analyze. Okay. So here you can see that in this figure there is a member loading, and as well as due to this shifting of this force, there is a joint loading also. Okay, load is acting at the joint C. Okay, so here again we can see the changes, how to assemble the joint load and how to assemble the AE matrix. Okay, so in case of beam, there may be the member loading as well as there is a joint loading also. Okay, so this figure we will refer. This is the degree of freedom 3. Okay, now we will proceed for the next step. Now again the next steps are same. Okay, understood up to this? Is there any doubt how to transfer this force? Because already I have explained this concept to you. Okay, and how to transfer that overhanging load to its C. By seeing this, you can very well understood. Okay, and you will get one force and one moment. Okay, now we'll proceed for the next. After finding out the degree of freedom, you have to draw the skeleton diagram. Okay, in the same step, you have to draw the skeleton diagram. Okay, and in the skeleton diagram, we are giving numbering to the figure. Okay, we are assembling, sorry, we are giving a coding to the figure. Okay, so here you can see that in the skeleton diagram. So first we have to assign the code where the displacement is possible. So at joint A, there is a rotational displacement is possible. B पे भी rotational possible है और C पे there is a no translation displacement. No translation because due to the hinge support, the y direction displacement is restrained. Okay, तो सबसे पहले skeleton diagram में क्या देना है? First you give the node number 1, node 2, node 3. Okay, node 1, node 2, node 3. Then give the member number, then member 1 and member 2. Okay, उसके बाद assign a coding in the global coordinate system. That means in the y and in the z direction. How to assign it? I told you initially. Okay, first of all at node 1, draw y and z direction axis y and z direction axis and y and z direction axis. This is a global coordinate system, and as all the supports are hinge support. Okay, so at this support degree of freedom is 1, possible in the z direction, so 1 will come here. Okay, uske baad second possible displacement is at node 2 along z direction, so 2 will come here, and third possible displacement at node 3 along in the z direction, so 3. Okay, so 1 2 3 whatever shown in red, that is a freedom codes, and remaining you have to complete. Okay, because we have to assign a coding in the global coordinate system. So 1 2 3, after that again you come to left node, that is 1, and complete the y direction coding. So here it is listed, so it is 4, then it is 5, and then 6. So 1 2 3 are the freedom codes, and 4 5 6 are the restraint code. Okay, so 1 2 3 coding you will get the values of joint displacement, and 4 5 6 coding you will get the values of support reactions. Okay, so this is how to draw the skeleton diagram. So I think you will be understood this, how to draw the skeleton diagram. Okay, then what is the next step? What is the next step? We are preparing a table, and in that one we are finding out the stiffness coefficient values. Okay, so go to next step and find out the stiffness coefficient values for member 1 and member 2, and tell me the values. 12 EI by L cube, which values we are finding out? 12 EI by L cube, 6 EI by L square, then 4 EI by L and 2 EI by L. Because with the help of this, we are assembling the SMS matrix. Okay, so this is for member 1. You have to find out EI. You put the value EI is equal to 1000 because it is given. So either you can put it here or you can put it in the last also. Okay, and I is constant for both the member. Sometimes I will get changed. Sometimes for member 1, suppose I is 1 and member 2 I is 2i. So in that case your 12i by L cube value will also get changed. Okay, means I will get replaced 2. 2i है तो 2 से replace होगा. Okay, if 3i है तो it will be multiplied by 3. Okay, so likewise you find out the values of this stiffness coefficient. Okay, for member 1 and member 2. So what is the value of 12 EI by L cube for member 1? Do it in your copy. Copy में लिखो इसको. Calculate and tell me the values. Yes, or you can see here already I have shown it in the table. Okay, so this is step 1, degree of freedom, theta A, theta B, theta C. Now step 2, prepare a table, write down the length and I. Mi means I here, I is 1 for both the members. Length, write down length. EI is given is 1000, whatever the value is given, you write down here. Then these are the coefficient. You just cross check your values. Okay, are you getting it same? Okay, keep this value EI equal to 1000. Okay, and all the units should be, if it is in meter, then take it in meter. If it is in mm, then should be in mm or centimeter. Okay, so these are the coefficient values. You can see from this you have to assemble the SMS matrix. So step 2 is over. For both the members, we have find out the stiffness coefficient values. Yes, मैच हो रही values. Those who are calculate कर रहे हैं, I don't know the whether are you doing or not. So I'll not waste my time here. Then I'll go to the next step, stiffness matrix along structure axis. Okay, so SMS1, SMS2. What is the generalized matrix? Learn किया होगा आपने. What is the generalized matrix? SMS. We have derived that matrix. I have not written here. I have directly assembled the matrix here. So what is the first coefficient value? Here again I will plot the skeleton diagram so that you'll get understood how to give the numbering. Okay, those who are not getting in the first class, again you see, concentrate to this class so that whatever the doubts you are having, you can clear itself. So this is the skeleton diagram. My suggestion is that you please solve this problem. So आपके पास वो skeleton diagram रहती है तो it will be easy to understood that how to give the numbering. Okay, so SMS1 first coefficient is 12 EI by L cube. So for member 1 the coefficient is 12 EI by L cube is 12. Okay, then second coefficient is 6 EI by L square, then minus 12 EI by L cube, 6 EI by L square. Likewise you have to assemble this matrix. Second row is 6 EI by L square, 4 EI by L, minus 6 EI by L square, 2 EI by L. Okay, so likewise you have to assemble SMS1, SMS2. Then numbering for member 1. First for the left node. लेफ्ट नोड में पहले देना है आपको y z y z. ओके, y में है 4, z में है 1. So 4 1 5 2. Similarly in the y direction. Okay, then SMS2 again y z y z. So for member 2 left node, that means node 2, 5 2 5 2 6 3 y z YZ 5263 5263. Okay, so this is we have completed SMS1 SMS2. Okay, up to this is there any doubt? This is the step number 3 is completed. Same steps है, कुछ भी उसमें change नहीं है. Whatever the changes will occur in the problem, that is in the global load matrix. Okay, if there is a joint loading, accordingly you have to assemble. If there is a sinking of support, accordingly you have to assemble the global load matrix. Okay, so this is the step number 3. You just cross check the values. Then step number 4, that is a joint stiffness matrix, that is SJ. Okay, so assemble SJ matrix. Abhi what will be your size of SJ matrix? What is the size of SJ matrix? To whom I will ask now? अंशुल बिहारे. At random मैं किसी को भी पूछूंगी. आप कैलकुलेट करो, मैं वैल्यू किसी को भी पूछूंगी. अंशुल बिहारी is there? Yes, am I audible or not? अंशुल बिहारे, प्रणव चालक, What is the size of joint stiffness matrix? अनंत दिवे लगा के सो गए क्या?
Present, ma'am.
I'm not taking attendance. What is the size of joint stiffness matrix? समझ में नहीं आया कुछ भी? कितना साइज होगा जॉइंट स्टिफनेस मैट्रिक्स का?
6/6.
6/6.
ओके, जिसको मैं पूछ रही हूँ उसको आंसर दो. Then your joint stiffness matrix will be 6/6 matrix. So horizontal और vertical direction में आपको वो कोडिंग देनी है. Now tell me the joint stiffness matrix में 1 to 1 का पेयर जो है उसकी वैल्यू क्या रहेगी? 1 to 1 कैसे अपन असेंबल करते हैं वो अब तो आपको समझ में आया होगा. ओके, अभी 1 to 1, 1 to 2, 1 to 3 ऐसे अपन उसका पेयर बना के उसकी वैल्यूज अपन SMS1 से निकालते हैं. सो नाउ यू टेल मी व्हाट इज द वैल्यू ऑफ 1 to 1. फॉर दैट यू रेफर SMS1 मैट्रिक्स एंड SMS2 मैट्रिक्स. सो व्हाट इज योर 1 to 1 वैल्यू? What is the 1 to 1 bit to Channe? Yes, I'm audible. Bit to Channe?
400.
400. किसने बताया? One to 1 is 400. 1 to 2. 1 to 2.
200.
200. Okay, likewise you have to assemble the matrix. So directly you can see this in the next slide. You can see the joint stiffness matrix.
200.
So you just cross check your values and assemble this matrix. There is a no need of assembling this or calculation of this part. Okay. So is there anyone who don't know how to assemble this joint stiffness matrix? ऐसा कोई है कि जिसको अभी तक एसजे मैट्रिक्स कैसे असेंबल करना है समझ में नहीं आया? अदरवाइज आई विल गो टू द नेक्स्ट डे. ओके, one, 2, 3 combination is coming 0. Okay, also you see the values which I have written here. Okay, and check it once. Okay, so ये हो गया SJ matrix. Then after finding out this SJ matrix, you know the partition of this matrix, that is SFF, SFR, SRF and SRR. ये आपको लर्न करके ही रखना है. ओके, उसके बाद as the degree of freedom is 3, we have separated after 3 along in the horizontal direction and along in the vertical direction. जितनी डिग्री ऑफ फ्रीडम रहेगी उसके बाद उसको आपको सेपरेट करना है. ओके, सो डिग्री ऑफ फ्रीडम इज 3, so we have separated it. So your size of SFF is depends on the degree of freedom. So this is SFF matrix. You will get 3/3 matrix, and this is your SRF matrix. Okay, which is also 3/3 because your stiffness matrix 6x6 matrix, so all matrix will be of 6x6 matrix, sorry 3x3 matrix. ठीक है, तो SRF matrix is also 3x3 and SFF is 3x3 matrix. So these two matrix is used to find out the value of joint displacement and the values of the support reactions. Okay, and here you can see that the diagonal elements are plus you are getting, and how to assemble it, that also I told you. Then we'll go to the next step, step 5, load matrix. Load matrix is again the addition of the joint load matrix AJ plus AE, AJ plus AE. Okay, so here the joint load matrix, the joint load matrix will not be 0 here because there is a load at the joint. Okay, so you can see in the problem, you can see if you refer the figure, there is a load at the joint. Refer this figure, figure number 2. Okay, refer the figure number 2, and there is a load at the joints. Okay, so what is the joint load matrix? How to assemble the joint matrix? So there is a load at the joint C. Joint C पे load है. Okay, so to assemble this matrix, you have to refer the skeleton diagram. You have to refer the skeleton diagram. Okay, so AJ matrix now you have to assemble AJ matrix. Okay, here I am writing it. Again, to assemble the AJ matrix, you just give the coding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And refer this figure to the skeleton diagram. Refer this figure to the skeleton diagram. Okay, so again you come to this support A. Is there any load at the joint? Is there any load at the joint A or at support A? No force, no movement. Okay, is there any load at joint B? जॉइंट बी पे, सपोर्ट बी पे है, कुछ भी नहीं है, नो फोर्स नो मोमेंट. बट एट सपोर्ट सी देयर इज अ लोड एंड देयर इज अ मोमेंट ऑल्सो. ये कैसे आया? ड्यू टू दिस ओवरहैंगिंग पोर्शन. सो आइदर ओवरहैंगिंग पोर्शन की वजह से जॉइंट पे लोड आएगा या समटाइम्स प्रॉब्लम में आपको दिया जाएगा. ठीक है, जॉइंट लोडिंग भी या फिर दोनों रहेगा. ठीक है, तो इस केस में अभी जॉइंट लोडिंग, आपका जॉइंट लोड मैट्रिक्स 0 नहीं होगा. ओके, देन हाउ टू असेंबल इट? अगेन यू रेफर द स्केलेटन डायग्राम. सो अभी सी एट नोड 1 और एट नोड ए, along 1, along 4, no load along 1, no load along 4. तो उसकी वैल्यू कितनी रहेगी? 0 आएगी. सो राइट डाउन इट 0. along 1, along 4, 0. Then come to support B. Refer skeleton diagram. Okay, नोड B यानी आपका नोड 2 है. ठीक है, along 2, along 5. 2 के along कुछ है क्या? नहीं. 5 के along भी कुछ नहीं है. सो 2 and 5 फिर से 0 हो जाएगा. सो 2 और 5 0 लिखो. ठीक है, अभी कम टू नोड C, सपोर्ट C और नोड 3. रेफर द स्केलेटन डायग्राम हियर. अभी यहाँ पे 2 कोडिंग है, 3 और 6. एक फ्रीडम कोड के अलॉन्ग है और एक रिस्ट्रेंट कोड के अलॉन्ग है. तो अलॉन्ग 3 क्या देता है आपको? वैल्यू ऑफ मोमेंट. ओके, वैल्यू ऑफ मोमेंट. तो अलॉन्ग 3, रेफर द फिगर. 3 के अलॉन्ग कितना मोमेंट एक्ट हो रहा है? 40 किलो न्यूटन मीटर का, 40 किलो न्यूटन मीटर का मोमेंट एक्ट हो रहा है. ओके, व्हाट इज द साइन कन्वेंशन? आई टोल्ड यू, व्हेनेवर यू आर राइटिंग द वैल्यू इन द मैट्रिक्स, कभी भी आप वैल्यू मैट्रिक्स में लिख रहे हो, मतलब आप स्टिफनेस मैट्रिक्स बना रहे हो, तो आपकी साइन कन्वेंशन कभी भी क्लॉकवाइज माइनस रहेगा, एंटी क्लॉकवाइज प्लस रहेगा. ठीक है, तो 3 के अलॉन्ग 40 किलो न्यूटन मीटर है, बट क्लॉकवाइज है, इसीलिए माइनस आएगा. सो माइनस 40 एंड 6 के अलॉन्ग रिएक्शन है, फोर्स है 20 किलो न्यूटन का, बट इज इन द डाउनवर्ड डायरेक्शन. सो ये आएगा -20. So don't make any mistake here for the sign conventions, because clockwise is minus, anti-clockwise is plus. Okay, force के लिए as usual sign conventions है, but keep in mind that this sign conventions you have to consider. So this is how we will assemble the joint load matrix. So AJ matrix के लिए भी आपको for every time you have to refer the skeleton diagram. Okay, and along that coding you have to check the values of force and the moment. So understood AJ matrix? Is there any doubt? अगर नोड ए और नोड बी पे कोई लोड रहता तो अकॉर्डिंगली वी विल राइट इट. ओके, सो दिस इज एजे मैट्रिक्स. ओके, इसको अपन ने सेपरेट कर दिया. सो AC इज इक्वल टू AJ प्लस AE है. सो AJ मैट्रिक्स वी हैव written here. Okay, already I told you how to assemble it. Here I will give the numbering. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Now we have to assemble the AE matrix. Okay, so AJ matrix हो गया. अभी AE matrix assemble करेंगे, उसके बाद अपन complete load matrix find out कर. अभी AE matrix यानी क्या बताया मैंने आपको? Equivalent joint load matrix due to the load on the member. So whatever the member loading is there, पहले मेंबर पे 50 किलो न्यूटन का लोड है, 3 मीटर और 7 मीटर, और सेकेंड मेंबर पे 10 किलो न्यूटन मीटर का UDL है 6 मीटर डिस्टेंस पे. So that member loading we will convert to the joint load. So that you can see in the next step. Okay, उसके लिए मैंने आपको क्या बताया है? How to convert the member load? By finding out its fixed moment and the support reactions due to the loading condition. जो भी loading condition है, point load है, distributed load है, varying load है, तो आपको सबके fixed moment याद रखने होंगे. तो जो भी टाइप की लोडिंग रहेगी उसका फिक्स्ड एंड मोमेंट और सपोर्ट रिएक्शंस आप निकाल सकते हो. सो दैट इज हाउ वी कैन कन्वर्ट द मेंबर लोडिंग टू द जॉइंट लोडिंग. सो इन द नेक्स्ट yes, am I audible? Okay, so you can see the equivalent load matrix. Okay, so this is directly I have convert this member loading, this 50 kilonewton member loading, to its joint load by finding out its fixed end moment and the support reactions. So this member load will get transferred to its joint load, okay, with the 4 values. Okay, with the 4 values. So ये हो गया reaction RA, RB, and this is fixed end moment AB, fixed end moment BA. तो ये 73.5 अभी तो आपको दिख रही है. With the which equation ये आपको मिलेगा? If there is a load which is not acting at the center, ये हो गया value of A, ये हो गया value of B. So which equation you will use here to find out the fixed end moment AB? लास्ट क्लास में हो गया है ये fixed end moment AB. What equation you will use? क्या फॉर्मूला है? Yes.
WAB square by L square.
WAB square by L square. ये WAB square by L square और ये आपका आएगा WA square by L square. तो ये मिल गया 73.5 और ये मिल गया 31.5. And then find out reaction RA and RB.
W A square B by L square.
हाँ, that is fixed moment BA. Then how you get the reaction RA RB? मोमेंट पता है, जो आपके यूजुअल साइन कन्वेंशन है रिएक्शन फाइंड आउट करने के, उससे निकालना है आपको. क्लॉकवाइज प्लस, एंटी क्लॉकवाइज माइनस. यहाँ पे कोई भी साइन चेंज नहीं होगा. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे दो इक्वेशन आपको यूज करना है, समेशन एफ वाई इक्वल टू 0 एंड समेशन ऑफ मोमेंट एट ए इज इक्वल टू 0. तो दो इक्वेशन आपको मिलेगा, आर ए प्लस आर बी इज इक्वल टू 50. आर ए प्लस आर बी इक्वल टू 50. ये एक इक्वेशन मिलेगा. फिर टेक द मोमेंट एट ए, सो माइनस आर बी इंटू 10 प्लस 50 इंटू 3, ओके, प्लस 31.5 minus 73.5 and check your values of reactions RA, RB 39.2 and 10.8. Is it difficult to find out the value of moment and reaction? जो लोडिंग कंडीशन है उससे आपको फिक्स्ड एंड मोमेंट सपोर्ट रिएक्शन निकालना है. तो योर check your values. RA 39.2 and RB are at 10.8. Then similarly for member 2, this is your member 1 and this is member 2. So member 2 के लिए ये है fixed end moment BC, this is fixed end moment CB, this is reaction RB and this is reaction RC. Okay, UDL है, UDL पे अगर UDL है तो what is the fixed end moment at both the end? ये तो सभी को पता है. If there is a UDL, what is the fixed end moment?
W square by 12.
W square by 12. ये W square by 12 रहेगा. Fixed end moment BC, जिनको नहीं पता वो लिख लो कॉपी में. Fixed end moment CB WL square by 12 रहेगा. ओके, यहाँ पे एंटी क्लॉकवाइज, ये क्लॉकवाइज. And what is the vertical reaction RB RC? That is can be calculated as WL by 2 WL by 2. ठीक है, directly with the help of this you will get the value of RB RC. ठीक है, RB RC. उसके बाद अपन क्या करते हैं, आफ्टर फाइंडिंग आउट फिक्स्ड एंड मोमेंट एंड सपोर्ट रिएक्शंस, here in the last class what I told you, in the same step you write down the value of AML1 and the value of AML2 मैट्रिक्स. अभी आपके पास कॉपी होंगी तो ये आप लिख लो. ठीक है, क्योंकि ये मैंने यहाँ पे लिखा नहीं है, डायरेक्ट लास्ट स्टेप में मैंने इसको लिखा है. तो ये कैसे बनाते हैं, AML1 मैट्रिक्स कैसे बनाते हैं, why we are writing here, because डायरेक्टली यहाँ पे अगर आपने लिख लिया तो उतना कंफ्यूजन आपको नहीं होगा. ठीक है, इसका यूज आपका मेंबर एंड फोर्स निकालने के लिए होता है. तो AML1 मैट्रिक्स कैसे असेंबल करते हैं, AML1 मैट्रिक्स मतलब ये जॉइंट लोड आ रहा है मोमेंट और रिएक्शन का, उसको यूज करके AML1 मैट्रिक्स बनाते. तो हाउ टू असेंबल दिस, वन मेंबर लोड इज गोइंग टू ट्रांसफर टू द 4 values, 2 values of moment and 2 values of force. So how we are assembling, which value first we are writing, क्या सीक्वेंस में मैंने आपको बताया था, AML1, AML1 how we are writing, first we are writing the value of reaction then moment. So here you write down in your copy reaction moment, reaction moment. First you write down the value of reaction. साइन कन्वेंशन भी आपको यहाँ पे ठीक से यूज करना है क्योंकि ये अपन वैल्यू मैट्रिक्स में लिख रहे हैं. सो व्हाट इज द वैल्यू ऑफ रिएक्शन, पहले लेफ्ट नोड का लिखना फिर राइट नोड की वैल्यू. ओके, सो व्हाट इज द लेफ्ट नोड रिएक्शन वैल्यू, it is upward, so 39.2. what is the moment, at the same node 73.5 एंटी क्लॉकवाइज, क्या साइन आएगा? Which sign conventions we are writing here? Lot many times I am telling you that whenever we are writing the value in the matrix, we are using clockwise minus, anti-clockwise plus. So what is the sign convention here? What is the moment value here? 73.5. Anti-clockwise है, इसीलिए प्लस आएगा. So 73.5. ठीक है. Then node B. Okay, right node. What is the reaction? 10.8 upward. And what is the moment? 31.5 clockwise. Clockwise is minus. ठीक है, ये हो गया AML1 मैट्रिक्स. AML1 मतलब मेंबर एंड एक्शन. मेंबर का जो लोड है वो एंड पे उसका कितना वैल्यूज आ रहा है, that will gives you the value of AML1. Similarly, you write down the AML2 matrix, that is again reaction moment. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे क्या आएगा? रिएक्शन इज 30, moment is again anti-clockwise, so plus 30, then reaction is 30 and moment is clockwise, so minus 30. Okay, all values are 30. Okay, so clockwise minus 30. So reaction at this left node, reaction and moment, and reaction and moment at this right node. Okay, so reaction is 30, clockwise is minus 30. Okay, then after finding out the fixed moment and support reactions, what is the next step? You have to superimpose all the forces at the joint in the global direction. Okay, superimpose all the forces means total load you have to find out. So here you can see that there is only two members. So for the two member, the node B, node 2 is common. This is node B and node B. So node B पे total load अपने को निकालना है. बाकी node A और node C पर as it is load रहेगा. So second, after finding out the fixed moment and support reactions, we are superimposing all the forces at the joint. Joint पे superimpose करते हैं in the global direction. So joint A, this is joint A, joint B, joint C. So joint A पे 39.2 का रिएक्शन है और मोमेंट है 73. Same you have to show it here. Okay, but in the joint B, B is common for both the member. So add the total reaction at B. So here RB1 and RB2 we can write. So RB1 is 10.8 and RB2 is 30. So add it this. So 10.8 plus 30, it is 40.8. And both are upward, so addition will be plus. So it is in the upward direction. Okay. So total reaction at B is 10.8 plus 30. Then total moment at B. So here at this node B, the total moment is clockwise 31.5. Again, I told you that whenever we are superimposing, actual sign convention ही रहेगा. Okay. Only in the matrix we are writing, only in that case the sign will get changed. And for all other, when we are finding out the reaction or when we are adding the load, your sign convention will be your normal sign convention, clockwise plus, anti-clockwise minus. तो यहाँ पे clockwise 31.5 moment है, so clockwise is plus 31.5. You see here, I am writing it. Clockwise है इसलिए plus 31.5 और ये anti-clockwise है इसीलिए minus 30. तो इसकी एडिशन आपको करनी है, तो ये आया है 1.5, तो इसकी एडिशन प्लस आई है, प्लस है मतलब नेचर ऑफ मोमेंट है क्लॉकवाइज, ओके, प्लस एडिशन प्लस आ रहा है तो नेचर ऑफ मोमेंट है क्लॉकवाइज, ओके। अगर एडिशन इसकी माइनस आती है तो आपका नेचर ऑफ मोमेंट रहेगा एंटी क्लॉकवाइज। तो ये यूजुअल साइन कन्वेंशन से ही आपको सुपर इम्पोज करना है, ओके। सो एडिशन ऑफ दिस टोटल मोमेंट यू आर गेटिंग इज प्लस 1.5 शो इन द क्लॉकवाइज डायरेक्शन, ओके। देन नोड सी पर टोटल रिएक्शन 30 है और मोमेंट है क्लॉकवाइज। सो ये पूरा जो लोड है वो अपन ने एक्चुअल बीम पर सुपर इम्पोज कर दिया, टोटल फाइंड आउट कर दिया, ठीक है। वंस यू डन दिस, नेक्स्ट स्टेप इज दैट यू हैव टू असेंबल द AE मैट्रिक्स नाउ, ओके। सो टू असेंबल द AE मैट्रिक्स, योर AE मैट्रिक्स इज इक्विवेलेंट मैट्रिक्स, इसीलिए whatever the load and the moment you are getting, you have to show all the reaction and the moment in the opposite direction. So all forces you have to show in the negative direction to get the equivalent load matrix AE, ठीक है। तो एंटी क्लॉकवाइज है उसको क्लॉकवाइज करो, अपवर्ड है उसको डाउनवर्ड करो, ठीक है। सो दिस मैट्रिक्स sorry, this figure, that is the second figure, you have to refer to assemble the AE matrix. सुपरिम्पोज के बाद पूरे फोर्स को निगेटिव डायरेक्शन में बताना है आपको, ओके। का रीजन भी मैंने बताया, बिकॉज इट इज इक्विवेलेंट है, एक्चुअल फोर्स रहता है बट अपोजिट डायरेक्शन में, ठीक है। सो फ्रॉम द फिगर 2 you will get the value of AE matrix. Now assemble the AE matrix. Then how you will assemble? This is again to assemble this AE matrix. Again you have to refer the skeleton diagram. Without that, not possible. So again to assemble the AE matrix, write down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you are having the skeleton diagram with you, refer that and repeat this and tell me the value for the first port, 1 port. रोटेशन डायरेक्शन में आपको वैल्यू ऑफ मोमेंट मिलती है, ओके, एंड ट्रांसलेशन डायरेक्शन में आपको वैल्यू ऑफ रिएक्शन मिलती है। So take me the value of 1. अभी आप उसको यूज टू हो जाना चाहिए। स्केलेटन डायग्राम देखो, स्केलेटन डायग्राम में 1 के अलोंग क्या है और स्केलेटन डायग्राम और फिर ये फिगर, तो 1 के अलोंग कितनी वैल्यू आ रही है, 2 के अलोंग किसकी है, 3 के अलोंग किसकी है। Yes. What is the value of 1?
-73.5.
-73.5। यहाँ पे आप डायरेक्टली कोडिंग दे सकते हो, यहाँ पे 1, 2, 3। रोटेशन डायरेक्शन में पूरा 1, 2, 3 है और रिएक्शन के डायरेक्शन में 4, 5, 6 है। स्केलेटन डायग्राम देखो, उसके अकॉर्डिंग इसको कोडिंग दो, ठीक है। अभी 1 के अलॉन्ग 73.5 है, क्या है, मोमेंट है, क्लॉकवाइज है तो माइनस रहेगा। अभी यहाँ पे फिर से साइन कन्वेंशन का ध्यान देना है आपको, क्योंकि मैट्रिक्स में लिख रहे हैं इसीलिए क्लॉकवाइज माइनस रहेगा। 2 के अलॉन्ग मोमेंट है, एंटी क्लॉकवाइज है, सो प्लस 1.5, ठीक है। 3 के अलॉन्ग मोमेंट है, एंटी क्लॉकवाइज है, so plus 30. Then 4, 5, 6 all reactions are downward, so minus 39.2, minus 40.8 and minus 30. So in this way you can assemble the AE matrix. But this coding should be compared with the skeleton diagram. Then you can assemble it. ठीक है. उसके बाद ये हो गया आपका, जो मैंने अभी आपको लिखवा के दिया है वही है. देन फाइंड आउट द ग्लोबल लोड मैट्रिक्स. तो ये एजे मैट्रिक्स अपन ने ऑलरेडी असेंबल किया है, एजे और ये एई, इसका एडिशन करो तो आपको ग्लोबल लोड मैट्रिक्स मिलेगा. ठीक है. तो ये हो गया आपका एसी मैट्रिक्स. ओके. देन 1 2 3 4 5 6. उसके बाद अगेन वी आर सेपरेटिंग इट आफ्टर 3. जितनी डिग्री ऑफ फ्रीडम है उसके बाद उसको सेपरेट करो. यहाँ पे आपको मिलेगा, ये हो गया आपका एएफसी मैट्रिक्स और 3 के बाद ये हो गया एआरसी. एक्शन ड्यू टू फ्रीडम, एक्शन ड्यू टू रिस्ट्रेंट. ठीक है. तो हियर आई विल स्टॉप नाउ. The same problem will be continued to the next class. ठीक है. AFC, ARC जितनी डिग्री ऑफ फ्रीडम है उसके बाद उसको. ठीक है. सो आई होप दैट आपको समझ में आ रहा है, या फिर आपको कुछ डाउट्स है या फिर कुछ फास्ट वगैरह हो रहा होगा तो आई विल अगेन इट एक्सप्लेन. ओके. स्लोली. Wait a minute.